Peace and blessings and ground and breath and space to each of you, patrons, friends, beloved people. I am sitting on this just soulful hill with the breeze moving and skirting the branches of these pinyon trees. I'll give you a little view of where I'm at here. It's really peaceful right now. The overcast sky and the way the wind is kind of moving through is there's a hugging, nurturing feeling that I am sensing and really finding gratitude in. So I have a couple updates, a couple things to share and to ground us in a little bit, but let's just take a couple deep breaths. Wherever this meets you, honoring your body and your heart and all the things that are moving inside of you, all the things that are moving around you. Let's just take a couple really deep breaths, just honoring where we are as we are in this moment. Breathing deeply in. Slowly, patiently out. We breathe in self-compassion and tenderness deeply in. And compassion for the world and tenderness for the world slowly out. And we breathe in courage, bravery, deeply in. We breathe out courage into the air, into the sky, into the trees, into our rooms, into our blankets, wherever we are. Let's do one more breath together, being grateful for life, aliveness, deeply in. Slowly out. So I first just want to honor this video is being made on April 21st, 2021. And I am honoring the complexity, the specifics of if those of you who are connected to what is happening in the U.S. I know several of you watching this are not in the United States, but just the recent case, the George Floyd case, a representation of harmful, oppressive, systemic power, racism, white supremacy, that the case, the verdict, three guilty charges. And so I just want to honor that complexity, honor that there is in many breaths relief, that there is the hint of justness in the verdict itself, that there is accountability to murder and to the harm of power, the life lost, all the lives lost in the name of power. And the complexity of how much work being not just heavy and exhausting, but work also that is liberative, that is liberating and freeing and spacious. More and more weaving in themes, of what do we get to experience and feel in our own bodies, in our own hearts, in our own relationships, in our own connection to earth, to soil, to trees, to sky, and our connection to our lineage and our past, ancestors for all people, those stories, harmful stories, wisdom stories, beautiful, soulful stories also. That in this work of feeling our way into these spaces, that it's not just setting fire and adding more pain, but it's actually liberating for us to honor our truths and our feelings, to honor the lived experience of others, because we are learning to honor our own raw and honest lived experience. And in that same air, breath, that we are honoring the harm being done, honoring the gifts and the beauty of the natural world, and witnessing and seeing more fully the harm being done to the planet. That all of this is woven, that I'm in the middle, as many of you know, this week especially, working on the Walking as Waking Up manuscript, and the chapters that I'm steeped in right now are Walking as Earth Care and Walking as Relationship. And so having the verdict of this case kind of moving, I'm also reading a lot of Thich Nhat Hanh and his just beloved, beautiful work. 2 books just to put in your radar if you haven't connected to them: The Heart of the Buddha and The Art of Living. And one of the frames that is the simple but not simple when it comes to systems and love and justice and dignity and healing. We are not the same, and we are not different. That those two coexisting tensions, we are not the same. We have not lived, we will never understand the unique vibration and heart song and experiences of others fully. Ever. What people go through, what they've experienced. And in this cosmic, that water, blood, veins, breathing in the air, bodies coming out of wombs, carrying stories and lineages, resting in death into the soil, but this continuous, this continuum of energy moving through us. That our very breath being dependent on these trees, our very body being made up mostly of water, and all the energy that the sun draws out for food, for nourishment, for survival. And so this complex space where those two tensions are in it of the same in a lot of ways, that we are not the same. We are radically, subjectively unique, but we are not different. And so the work of shedding harmful systems, harmful, oppressive, I think about the work and the movements to defund, divest from the current state of policing, abolishing policing, that this ache, this fire, this passion, this creative emergence it's not wrought with finger pointing and misguided anger and just another form of empire. This is aching us into emerging towards more nurturing ways of caring for the very things that cause harm to people, to each other, to ourselves, to Earth. It pushes us more to our edges. It shakes up whatever story of comfort and privilege or whatever we're holding on to. Shakes it up, needs to shake it up. I don't know if you can hear the airplane going above. It's a little extra loud with the clouds. But just, I'm inviting you into just an update and a frame for where I'm at on this dirt mound, but also just inviting you with me to be of a way that isn't blocked, that isn't clinging so hard to any one idea or binary or system or echo chamber, that we are actually emerging as curious, more undefended, more unquestionably just, and unquestionably loving, because we trust and feel and sense and know and experience that we will all thrive more fully, more wholeheartedly, more passionately, when we can all be with what is actually going on the inside and what is actually happening around us. And not just in ideas, not just in postures and reputations, not tied so tightly to money and things and groupthink, but that we are actually turning the soil. This is Adrienne Marie Brown's words in Emergent Strategy. We're turning the soil. We're turning ourselves into the horizon. We're risking these containers and boxes, likability, status, right or wrong. We're risking to literally, with our lives, be of a way that is more nurturing, more loving, more spacious, more curious, more courageous, more connected. So peace and love to each of you wherever this meets you. I don't want to go on and on too long, which I tend to do. A deep breath, just honoring your own body, wherever this lands, your own truths, your own color. Deep breath. Slowly out into the big field, into the field of blazing love and compassion and truth-telling and grace and space. Peace.